What do we give to this God? I suggest we sow him an agbada, but I remember who can take his measurement. For it's higher than the heavens, what can man do? It's deeper than the ocean, what can man say? It's broader than the universe, what can man think? I suggest we give him a befitting burial when he dies. But I remember he's the immortal with 7 spirits, the undeniable deity of eternity. I suggest we buy him a generator. But I remembered so that his light will not go off. But I remembered in him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in darkness, and darkness comprehend it not. I suggest we dig him a well so that he will not run out of water. But I remembered, they that believe in him, out of their belly shall flow rivers of living water. I suggest we buy pancake and Mary Kay, that he may rub and be beautiful. But I remembered, they call him the bright and morning star, the lilies of the valley, the rose of Sharon, the Shekinah glory. What do we give unto this God? I suggest we clothe him with robe, that we befit his majesty. But I remembered, he's robed with majesty, clothed with splendor, strengthened with might. I suggest we wash over his throne, that demons may not invade him. But I remembered, demons tremble at his presence now. What a mighty God he is. I suggest we declare his glory to the end of the age. But I remembered, day upon day utter speech of him, night upon night showeth his knowledge. I suggest we help him carry out his work, that things may not get out of control. But I remembered, when God is in control, nothing can be out of control. I suggest we buy him a chariot, that he may not walk on his barefoot. But I remembered, he walk upon the wings of the wings, even as a chariot. I suggest we buy him cake for his birthday. But I remembered, he's the only God that has no birthday. He began before the world began. He existed before the world existed. I suggest we make for him bread that he may eat. But I remembered, he's the only bread of life. I suggest we buy him a curtain, that he may use to beautify his kingdom. But I remember the stretch heaven as a curtain. He spread it as a tent to dwell in. I suggest we help him carry out his work, that he may not faint. But I remembered, he fainted not, neither was he weary. There was no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint. To them that are without might, he increases strength. Though the youth may faint, the young man may utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.